Right? Like, it is definitely a jam over here while we're waiting for the countdown. It is
Yes,
definitely a jam.
it is.
But we are here. We have some crazy stories. And please stick around for our bonus segment because it might be the craziest thing I've ever read on this show in the
Oh
last
dear.
five
I'm
years.
so ready.
I
Oh, wow.
screamed. I screamed when I read it earlier. Right? And so I cannot wait to share. But before we
Okay.
get into all of the craziness, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. I was just here thinking, wow, what could it be? But
Right?
wait for the bonus section
The,
near
the,
the
the
end
momentum is
of the
built.
show. That's it.
Whew.
Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We try to make sense of the
Ready.
foolishness on the internet. My name is Garcia.
Hey.
We want to thank you all for joining us. Thanks to Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. You can check us out every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, we tape the show live right here on YouTube every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to join us here and go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Telly, sister girl.
Hey, what up, boo? What is up, everyone out there on the internet and online right now listening? What up? It's your girl, Telly. I'm also a proud member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. La Jesus. Just when you think you've heard it all, someone just takes it up another level. Remember back in the day when someone would say take it to another level, it was something like good, right?
Yeah,
it was like a good achievement. But now people are battling for like the most diabolical thing that they can do. Like, well, yeah, I'm gonna double do that. I'm gonna do this and sleep with like 10,000 men and all this crap instead of like this girl. Listen, it's wild in these streets. Wild. But I want to thank those people because they're giving us content every Wednesday. So bless you. Yes, hallelujah. Listen, Shiva girl, tell these people who you are and let them know that there is no turning back. This is it. Once they hear it and once they see the visual, they can't unsee and they cannot unhear. This is it, girl.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm the Shiva, they call me Shiva. And I realized as I was doing my makeup, I tried something new and I was like, girl, you're about to end up on your own show. Because Mac has this new like liquid blush and I was trying a thing.
I love a liquid blush.
I should have not
Love
tried
that.
the thing. I shouldn't have tried the thing because I barely know how to do my makeup as it is. And then I wanted to know it was and then when you don't completely read the instructions and you really try to say,
Yeah.
I don't love that for me, but
and then after it's on, then it's like, oh,
you are an artiste.
so I'm like, I'm trying not to do my usual leaning into the camera because I'm gonna end up on our own show. But I digress.
Girl.
Okay, like, why does this foolishness woman get to her
That was
face?
not the introduction I was expecting.
Because I should have not tried the thing, but I digress. There is so much to cover, honestly, and the bonus, I'm telling you, the bonus segment. If you are watching live, if you're listening on the radio, please stick around for the bonus section. Because again, I scream. But before we get into it, let's get into the video foolishness we are going to have our eyes absorb. And this first one here, I tried to play for my daughter today and she walked away because she's like, I'm not about to get sucked into this. And apparently it's a trend now on the Tickety Talk.
Oh, no.
So, in a segment I'm calling I'm Not, here we go.
I'm not the deceased, but I'm the deceased daughter-in-law. I'm not the deceased, but I'm the deceased sister.
I am the deceased.
I am hunting everybody. Everybody, I'm gonna hunt y'all. Oh my gosh. Joy supposed to come in the morning, but not that early. Where are the tears? You know? Jesus wept. Weep. We're getting our content on. Sister Christine, hunt them all. Hey!
I agree.
listen, Auntie Garcia, can you please explain to the people on the radio what we're
Yeah. So this looks like this is a different country. Could hear the accents, and in this country or in this continent, because it very well could be a part of Africa. There are these ladies dressed in white, which there it is a very normal thing to wear white to a funeral.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
so and even here in
Yes.
we've been to funerals where we've
worn
white.
Yeah.
So one lady comes out, you hear her, she says she is not the deceased, but she is the deceased's sister-in-law, something like that. Daughter-in-law. Anyway, each one of them comes out saying who they are, and then you heard this one voice that said, "I am the deceased." Yeah, and it shows a whole tombstone with a raised burial ground, and all the ladies that you heard saying who they were are gathered around it and celebrating. And then our good old friend Benny from the internet came out, and you heard her commentary on all of that. And listen, I fully agree. I understand the idea of celebrating someone going to the other side, taking that journey. That celebration is sacred, and it's for you and your family, at the gravesite or the temple or the church, wherever you are, at the cemetery, and you do that with your family in your own solitude. Why are we making a an TikTok trend, putting it online, having someone with a weird voice, "I am the deceased," as the camera pans over to
the tombstone,
the tomb,
the burial ground,
yeah.
Since when has unalived why is that becoming a trend?
Why is the content
trend?
Why is someone no longer being on Earth content?
Why are we making that a TikTok trend?
Why?
And why you gotta be black?
And
come on, man. It's hard enough as it is on us, yo. Why are you making us look bad in these streets? I get it. Make a when people pass. Make a joyful noise in the church. Thank the Lord that the Lord has taken them home to salvation, to the rest in the haven. Hallelujah. But
even as a dedication, it's there are so many other.
There's other ways.
Said we had a great sister-in-law, we had a great mother-in-law, and then put up a nice photo of her and be we dedicate this TikTok to the loving memory of our friend and family member.
Having a haunted voice from beyond the grave. That's not right.
Haunt them all, and we're done.
Haunt them to haunt them to their final destination. Haunt them to the ground. When they're 6 feet under, they'll be like, "How did I get here?" Christine put y'all there.
Mm-hmm. Listen, sorry, Sister Christine. We're gonna have to move on because may your soul rest in peace. That's all we got. There's a new punishment trend. Yep, you heard it. There is a new punishment trend for children. And this was definitely not a trend that was around when my mother was punishing me in the 80s and 90s. But if it was between what I got and what these kids are going, I'm gonna take what they're doing. So in the segment called Drew Hills, here we go.
You wrote on the back of my house, and I'm about to put you on Facebook, and you going viral. I don't want to hear nothing about that crime. Now, you about to give me 20 Drew Hills right now. You going to step to the left, and you going to jump. That's it. Jump higher. You should have knew better than writing on my daggone house. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, babe. Don't start crying. This is what you getting. 20 Drew Hills every time you don't live. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need.
Tell me
enough, baby.
Listen, got away with a lot. Those were not technically Drew Hills. There was another kid we saw, and he was Drew Hilling it. Because Drew, it's a jump. It's a jump.
It's a
lot
leap.
of it is a leap in the air.
Yeah.
For that song. And I am all about the Drew Hill.
Now, I don't
it.
know if you all noticed, and of course, if you watch this on the radio, you couldn't see it. You need to see it because it's actually funnier to see it.
It is.
Especially if you're a millennial and you remember the music video for this song. Now all the newbies, they're gonna be like, I don't get it. And it's like, no, go watch the video and then come back and watch this, and you'll be like, but anyways, as soon as the dad dropped the song, the kid got into the beat. He started doing it to the beat of the song.
Kids got soul.
The kid was like, oh yeah, this is the time to jump. Oh wait, tell me what you want. Jump.
Listen, the kids got
Tell
it.
me what you need.
That kid's got it.
Jump. Tell me.
And yo, I also want to give big ups to the dad.
Yeah, to the dad.
That man can sing. He's got some chords.
I think Drew Hill needs to come find him.
He needs to, right? Come on, Drew Hill. You guys need to partner up with this man.
Where's Cisco at?
Song next. Come through.
Cisco with Nikki Jones.
I can't even be mad.
I'm not mad.
And if this is the new punishment, I'll
punishment is punishment.
And this video has gone so viral that actually I showed Telly a video.
Oh, yeah. The women
women's were doing it at the gym, saying, let's do 100 Drew Hills. Because if you think about it, it is actually a really good workout.
It's jumping, correct.
Slide, jump, slide. It's great for cardio.
It's good. It's the heart pumping.
So
thank you, Drew Hill. You see that? That's what musicians are supposed to do.
Because listen, black people have been contributing
since day one.
Time.
Since day one, we've been contributing.
Okay.
The day Jesus was born, black man, we've been contributing. But y'all ain't ready for that conversation. That's okay. But I do like that was fun.
I'm all about the Drew Hill.
Right?
But let's talk about something we are not ready for. And it's this foolishness I'm about to play. I did not even get past the first 5 seconds. I was like, we're definitely watching this on the show. Because what in the heck? So in this segment, I'm calling replacement. Here we go.
Okay, ladies.
Ooh, okay. Now here we go.
Ladies, I'm gonna need an explanation for this one. Which one of y'all is walking around with replacement eyelids on? Like what is going on here? As a matter of fact, how do you take off the old ones? Okay, this don't make no sense. I heard eyelashes, but eyelids? This is crazy. Is it painful when you take off the old ones and put in the new ones? How does that go, ladies? I'm gonna need an explanation for this. Only $11.99. Plastic surgery costs way more than that, so all you gotta do is come over here. It's crazy.
How does one put that on? Like, I wish there was a video of someone putting one on. I'm not sure how that works.
Why?
Because everything else is. Everything is a replacement.
Like the lashes make sense. To be honest with you, I don't do it, but even I would rather go and get my brows tattooed on or whatever. But this is literally like your skin. Like, why would you put silicone on your eyelids? Like, is anything wrong with my eyelids as to why I would replace them?
I think it could be. I think it's stupid, but this is a thing. I have heard women complain that when they put on their concealer and the creases in their eyelids gather up and bunch up with concealer, they don't like it. That's what I've heard. So I think that's what's propelling the silicone eyelid to go on upon that.
But who in this world?
I've never seen one on. I've never seen anyone wear it before.
But
I wish they had a video of
that's
someone
just a natural thing, though, because if you look at the beauties of this world, Halle Berry.
But that's it. Nothing is natural anymore.
I know, but Halle Berry has creases in her eyelids.
They don't want to look like Halle Berry Card. They want to be creaseless. Creaseless.
Even Kim Kardashian. I'm sure if we look at Kim Kardashian's face, she had what?
They want to be creaseless.
I understand the bags under the eyes. I get that because of what it signifies. It signifies you being tired and weary. But the upper lids,
yes. They don't like creases.
And let me tell you something too. I'm just going to go for it.
Go ahead, girl.
The US is a whole other planet. because they don't have that in our beauty shops.
I've
here.
never seen that at Clore.
I've been to the beauty shops in the US, and they have
wild.
a heap of things where I'm just
They're
like,
wild. Yeah, the US is interesting.
And then they have different shades of brown.
Because there's different shades of black.
Yeah, but then you have to buy the 3-pack of the different shades. So then when you go home,
with your friends.
some of these, no offense to y'all, but so you can't even match your concealer. Where are you going to go match your eyelids? They put on eyelids that are too light for their face.
Some on Facebook Marketplace.
No one
I
wants.
am.
Put it on your dog.
No one
I
wants.
am.
Give it to Goodwill.
When I say I
Give
was
it to a homeless person. They want to look good too.
Honestly, go get plastic surgery at that point.
Or just deal with your creases. Just deal with it. It's part of life.
I don't know. I don't even have. I don't have that issue. So I guess
I don't have that problem, but that's what I've heard. I've heard that some women get really annoyed with it. I don't know if Botox can fix that. I don't know.
I got nothing. I actually have.
$11.99 seems like a lot for some dollar store looking sitting. No offense.
Okay. So we're gonna move on because this was another one I said I'm saving to watch with my ladies because the little bit I did see almost made me pee my pants. I cannot lie. So in a segment I'm calling $15. Here we go.
Hello. Yes, I may help you.
I'm just here to get my $15.
$15 from who?
Your man.
Honey, what man are you talking about?
The one with the bald head. I was here last week.
Honey, I don't know anything about that. You have the wrong place of residence.
He paid me $50 for my services, but he shorted me $15. He told me to come back today.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that, ma'am. There's not a man that even lives here. Are you sure you have the right house?
You just mad because he don't want you and he want me.
Oh my. I hope he don't want your ass.
Please, all this. I'm ready to whip your ass. Who you talking to?
Get your ass out my damn yard, you damn fool.
Bitch, who you talking to?
Get your damn ass out my yard.
No. I'm gonna tear your ass up. Whose dog?
Get your ass out my
Get
yard.
that damn dog off of me. Get that damn dog away from me. I'm just here to collect my $15.
Get your ass out my damn yard. That's a
I'm
nice
not
customer.
leaving until, yeah, your man bought it for me last week. I'm not.
Drugs are bad.
That girl is totally like the chocolate version of Humpty Dumpty.
Basically.
She is Humpty Dumpty.
But Humpty Dumpty had a better outfit. Okay, so for the people that didn't see this, first of all, you need to come and watch this live. Watch the recording because this woman. So think of a middle-class neighborhood. Think of the neighborhood where the kids of 90210 lived. Or
think of Oakville.
You know, yeah. And if you're not from Canada, think of a city. You know your family
Henderson
sitcoms
in Las Vegas.
Yeah, lovely, like
Henderson, Las Vegas.
4-bedroom, 5-bedroom homes, nice driveways, manicured lawns, decent neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our sister. Our sister.
No, she's not our sister.
Here.
Girl, take it back.
No, I say that because I don't just want to say outward that she is black. I was trying to find a way to say it nicely.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, she's a sister. She is top heavy with 2 little stick legs, like the little sticks that you use to pick your teeth.
Toothpicks.
Yeah, to pick
with
your
a big
teeth.
ball on top.
And she's not wearing a supportive bra. And her t-shirt says, "Wine
is my
Valentine," with little biker shots. And flip-flops, and she's walking all kind of weird because
it's a bedazzled purse,
right? Because and her hair isn't done, and she's walking down. She even has a pimple patch on. Like, she looks like she just got out of her bed and is walking down the street, walks up to the house where this woman is standing. And I do believe in a way this is a bit of a skit, because the way how it starts, it doesn't make sense. How is she recording her before she even got to her lawn? But anyways, the lady is walking down the sidewalk, walks up to the driveway, and the lady's like, what do you want? And you heard her whole thing. She wanted the $15 left over for her services. But y'all,
how much do BJs go for these days?
Oh dear.
Apparently $30. You pay $15 up front, and they come back later for the other.
Come back later for the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
So that was that. And
yeah. Where's it done here? Yeah. So and yes. So this one here is just funny. And for all the single ladies, this man has some advice for you and for us in a segment called Love Language. Here we go.
And when people ask me what my love languages are, how about physical cash, acts of a bank transfer, quality checks, words of a bank statement? You know what I'm talking about? Like gifts of money. That's where my love.
What else can we say?
Say less. There's nothing to say.
Yeah, he did it.
I approve this message.
Yes. PSA. Yeah.
Acts of a bank statement.
Yeah.
Physical.
Yes.
Quality checks.
Yeah. Affirmations of money.
A bank statement. Yes.
Do you have a job? Do you have some kind of money?
Right.
Do you have a car?
Gifts of money.
Gifts of money.
Like,
bottom line, do you have money?
Right. We're living in inflation times, y'all. You hear it every day. The US, is going straight into a bit of a recession. Canada, we're already there. It costs $30 for grapes.
Like, we've been here.
Like,
we've been in the recession.
So
it's not a joke. It does cost $30.
Yeah, I mean,
it really does cost $30.
If you can't contribute to my fruit,
and I can't eat
shopping,
I'm a bougie person. I can't eat garbage.
Then why?
We eat on the outside of the supermarket, like the produce, that the outer.
Yeah, we
need the outer.
The
we
meat,
don't do the aisle.
The produce, the eggs.
Where the good stuff is. That's where we eat. If you can't provide
and some bread,
then you're useless. What do you want?
And we're done here. Because this is actually a two-part segment. Not the same segment, but I've called it 1 and 2, and you're going to understand once you see the first one, you'll prepare for the second one in the second half of the show. So, enjoy the 3-minute clip. And what in the geriatric part 1? Here we go.
Boys, can I take them to those schools? I gotta be a certified lover. Real thing under them cover. What cover? Slow rolling. Hey, my baby taught me to stroke it with emotion. Slow rolling. Y'all be careful going home. Take it down. The after party they run in. After party at the rock, you don't know get this food. Appreciate the trail. Ooh, baby. Get it now. Oh, somebody get this food. Wow. Hey. Oh. Chris, where you at, Chris? Where you at, Chris? One time. I need 17 days of love. Oh, say girl, I can't go to sleep. I said 20. I love you. Say bring that on home to me. You better work it in, work it, work it.
That was first of all, that was 1 second too long. That was 10 minutes too long. That was just too long. There was a lot going on there indeed. Did they pay to go to this show?
Okay, so
this is on a boat cruise? What?
This is why I don't go to every event.
Yeah, this is why
I'm
you gotta
invited
screen.
to. They're like, come to this event. I'm like, you know what? No.
Screen where you go before you go, you know? Because what the hell was that?
Okay, so again, this one I'm not even going to try to explain because there's too much going on. But first of all, that dude in the white, the little skinny dude that was dancing like he was an exotic dancer.
Like it's a Chip and Dale or something.
Why? What was the okay? And then the little guy that got up on the stage, he was up there way too long for someone that was just invited up to do a belly roll. Ended up doing a whole thing.
I guess he was Chris. Where's Chris?
And then the guy in the white looks like he got mad that he wasn't getting the attention, so he basically stripped his whole entire shirt
to reveal his bird chest.
I never watched the full clip. I only watched it till little man got on stage, and I said, "Okay, again, want to share this with my ladies." And our eyes were salted, and I apologize. This is where we're just going to do a reset. You know what, Garcia, just talk to people there, please.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us on Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. Sometimes we won't make sense of what we've seen because it actually doesn't make sense. However, it is entertaining. So thank you all for joining us. We want to thank Radio Region syndicated through iHeartRadio. Thank you all for your support through the years over there. You can watch the replay of every week's show on Radio Region syndicated through iHeartRadio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to hear this audio again, go ahead and have a listen on Radio Region. We tape the show live right here on YouTube, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That's the reset.
No, I'm still confused. The reset did my brain is
the reset wouldn't help you. But
there's no
sense to this. Again, this is why I don't go to every event I am invited to. We need to practice discernment.
If they paid money to see that, they should demand a refund.
And then there were a bunch of random people on stage that were just standing there, not even dancing. Like that guy in the blue Adidas suit in the background.
Strange concert. It was weird.
Yeah, it's a no.
Wow.
So we're done.
That was wild.
We're gonna move this along because this one, I'll just let the other Jamaican talk about it in a segment I'm calling Wet. Here we go.
Been trying to decipher this sandwich for like the past 10 minutes. Firstly, this has to be the wettest sandwich I have ever seen in my life. What is this murky looking water right there, sir? Why I use my bread? Rinse off the spoon, bro. It already look like dishwater. Bro, look like you have hot sauce, guacamole, cornflakes, pistachio, and rice. That felt like a very accurate guess with little gravy. You're too fast on your food. Calm down. Brother, you never want to put the dry things on the bread first before you fling all of the sauce them? No.
And there were no gloves or anything. This thing is dirty hand and putting the food in the dirty. No,
that's a whole.
That's diarrhea.
That's another level of street food, which I am not interested in taking part of.
That's diarrhea, girl. No,
that's nasty.
I know to some of you who listen, we probably sound like some bougie, very bougie black women, and we are, and we're okay with it.
Most definitely are.
That's on another level.
In the poor, like what in the poor? Like,
Yeah,
why would I
that is another level.
What in the poverty?
I know a lot of you have been to different cities around the world where they have street food. You'll go and, get a sandwich, get a bread, get a hot dog, get a sausage. At least when you look at that hot dog, it looks like something like, that looks delicious. This doesn't look delicious.
You know what it's reminding me of? And this is so bad, but I don't care.
Go.
Remember back in the day in the 80s when Michael Jackson would be singing, "Make that change." And they show the kids reaching out for
I'm done. I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you.
That's dear. I just heard Michael Jackson's "Make That Change," and the daughter was reaching out for the poverty food. Not like P-O-E. Thank you. Poe. That's what it's giving me. You see Michael, and then you see the visions of him showing the UN needs to step in and make that change, and they're giving out the mash up food to the poor people. That's what it's giving.
Definitely
it's giving Live Aid.
For all the young people listening, just type in UNICEF.
Yeah, UNICEF,
Michael Jackson or something, and it'll probably
in the mirror and from one of those conferences in the 80s.
Some sort of insensitive,
and you'll see Mother Teresa giving Princess Di holding a black baby. Those kind of things. That's what it's giving. It's giving hella poor.
It's definitely giving poor. Never. We move on because that's not where we will be at the beginning. But I digress. This is for those of you who are currently on the dating scene. You may very much relate to this one because sometimes it can be tough out there, and these two people are just explaining how tough it possibly can be. Really, it's one person playing two people, but you'll see. So, in a segment called "How Many?" Here we go.
You have any kids? Yes, I have one daughter. How about you? How many baby daddies do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Ellipses. I have one daughter. I understand that she by the same father.
I don't know. We don't understand.
You know what? This sounds like it was written by a very traumatized man who, at one point, a woman did say, "I just have one daughter." And then after getting to know her, he found out that she actually has 5 kids and they were all from different fathers.
I'm actually watching a show that actually has that same, this is not a joke. There is a show called The Never Ever Met on OWN. And they had known each other for a number of years, but had never met in person. This woman told the man that she had one child. It turns out that she had 4, and one of the 4 children had just been born 6 weeks ago. This is a real life story.
Sounds accurate to me.
Sounds about right. 6 weeks.
This is why they keep asking you, how many kids do you have? Sometimes they try to even throw you off. You'll be talking about how was your day, and how many kids do you have? I told you I have none. Okay. And then a week later, they'll ask again.
You give them a different answer.
No, and honest people
should be honest up front.
Keep saying,
no,
I literally have no children. And they are relieved at the fact, because the truth is, people lot of them have been lying for years.
A lot of them.
That was hilarious.
It's trauma. I get it.
That is hilarious. It's
I like that.
Many dads.
Great pop song.
Yeah. It's giving Swedish pop.
Charlie Poof, or whatever his name is. Charlie Puff.
It's definitely giving. So we're gonna move on because I don't want to traumatize people anymore. This is just hilarious. The children are really our future, and this young man and his friends are preparing themselves for when he gets his first car. And he's telling us the first song he's gonna play. So in the segment I called First Song. Here we go.
When I get my first luxury car, this is the first song I'm gonna play when I drive my luxury car. Yeah. So she got it. To the candy shop. I like to eat the lollipop. I don't know.
Hey, listen.
You know
Shout
what?
out
Dream
to
big.
the little Gen Z kids that know
Dream
that
big.
song.
They know good hip hop
Because that song is old.
It's old.
Oh,
The early 2000s, right? Yeah.
Older than them.
Older than them, yes.
Yeah, way older than them.
Way older
That
than
song was playing when we were basically children.
Let me look up when
Was it 2003 or
Yeah,
2004? Wait, Vegas days.
was
2007.
Yeah,
Candy Shop.
it was.
Either way, it's vintage.
It's vintage. That song.
February 2005. It is 20 years old.
Oh, it's vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage. That's an old song.
It's aging.
So the idea that song is still penetrating the youth, that's a big deal.
His friends held it down. He was kind of just like
right.
They felt that do.
It's always great to see too when, because these kids are obviously not from America, with those accents. So that's awesome that they're from different countries and they love that song. Go off 50 Cent.
Well, you know that hip hop is really big overseas.
Yes,
It's like highly respected.
Yes, the Caucasian population over there loves hip hop music, and when hip hoppers go over there, their concerts sell out like crazy, like in minutes. So,
yo, I remember to listen to that after the show's done. I've been listening to Candy Shop for a long time. That was a tune, fire track. What?
And when I get my new car, young man, when I get my new car, I will also. You know what? I will also.
You know what, kiddo? In tribute of him getting, yes. We're all going to blast.
In tribute of this Norwegian kid with
we're
his
all gonna blast
Norwegian friends.
Yeah. Oh, we move on. Because I have to say, I love the blacks. I'm one of the blacks. You know, the blacks. We are so proud to be part of the blacks. And as the blacks, I think again, we are some of the funniest people. Special shout out to Jamaicans. But as a black congregation, we are some funny people. And this is going to show you how funny we are, even when we are in a professional setting and we speak without words. So in a segment, I'm just calling Not on Black History Month. Here we go.
Natural, but interestingly enough, studies show that if you have between 104 degree or 108 degree nasal tip rotation, those are the ones that are considered the most beautiful, and hers is 106.
Somebody in here to measure our nasal tip rotation,
and then we know if we have the most beautiful noses.
But symmetry is what they say is a lot in the eye of beauty, right?
Okay, the second most requested eyelids.
We're going to get to the height of the rush hour commute, and there's going to be lots more confusion until this whole thing is wrapped up. Reporting live here.
Disarray, Iraq in disarray, Syria in disarray, all under the tutelage of Hillary Clinton's State Department. So if she's a change maker, yes, it's change for the worse.
What about the other things that he mentioned? Her helping with school and adopted parents and...
Well, that's great. You know, Donald Trump's done great things in his private time, too, for veterans, all across his foundation. He's done great things, too. We've all done...
I mean, it's facts. You know what's funny? I remember when we covered that whole thing when they said Kate Middleton was, I guess, the most desirable face. I remember when we covered it on our show a few years ago. And we were just like, okay, how did we get to that conclusion? But anyway,
listen, you know what's funny about it?
All right.
What's funny about it? I was like, are you all really saying that that is the best looking white women you've all got? Because I can name about 12 better looking white women. Like if you're okay, fine. You want to talk about you want to talk about Caucasian beauty, fine. Let's talk about Caucasian beauty. That ain't it.
Just saying.
And I know she's all your princess and everything. I get it. But I'm just telling you. And then that last clip with the girl when they were talking about Dawn, she reminded me a lot of me. That's the exact face I make when I'm just kind of done with people's conversations. And I'm like,
yeah, it's funny. I think everyone, especially for Black people, because we always have to stay.
We have to
2 steps ahead and just hold our Blackness
always.
So we just unfortunately have to sit there and listen to the Caucasians yap about pure foolishness, and we get to look like we're somewhat invested when clearly we are not.
But we're not.
We could care less. But for the sake of our job and for the sake of our lifestyle that we want to keep living, we forbear.
But what's funny now is because of that whole horrible thing called the COVID, a lot of people we had to communicate through
Slack
video,
and Teams and Zoom.
And because of that whole phase, people got to learn and understand, she's actually pissed. Like, this didn't used to be a thing until Black people now we're sitting on Teams and everyone's like, I saw your face during that meeting, Garcia. So I'm like, bloody hell with this stupid
bloody
COVID.
hell indeed.
I don't mind
bloody hell indeed. I just turned off my camera the other day.
I don't mind it.
I turned off my camera.
And when my camera's not
they'll
on,
call you out when you don't have your camera on.
I know, because they want to see your face.
You want to see everyone's beautiful faces. Like, you don't need to see my face. But I don't. I
mean, unless you want to see the judgment.
I got no problems judging.
Because it's the like you that was a good idea. That you really wanted, like, you thought about that, like
you sit there and you're like,
okay. Anyways, we move on. We've given you guys too much about the Blacks, and so we're gonna move on because, again, like I said, we have to get you to the bonus segment now. This woman clearly wasn't cooking for a Black, because what she was cooking, I don't know. So in a segment I've called Defrost. Here we go.
Okay, making your husband dinner because you stay at home. You stay at home, but why you can't defrost beef? Ew, stop punching. Oh. Water, white people favorite seasoning. Okay, she making bean. You can tell how much she loves her husband by looking at her face. More water! This woman using water like how I use MSG? No packet rice. Hiya. Does your husband owe you money or something? Why are you spinning it around?
Thank you.
This video is why Uncle Roger grateful I'm single.
I mean, he said it.
How are you a stay-at-home mom and don't have time to defrost? I work from home and I have time to defrost.
And we have time to defrost. I don't understand, and this is not the first time I've seen this on the TikTok when it comes to cooking, where people are literally taking the ground beef or the ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever it is. They put the frozen meat in there and they're like this. I'm like, you do realize that you could just put that in
angry?
And why are they angry when they're stabbing it?
Because because they made the wrong life choices. It is very easy to take that beef, set it aside, put some hot water under the pan, put it there, and leave it there. Leave it there for even 40 minutes.
I think that's what bothers me. The fact that we're living in a world where the common sense is not common, and I know.
The microwave was bought out for you.
It's sad that you're living in a digital world where, for whatever reason, you don't know how to defrost something, which I frown upon you. But if you don't know how to defrost, there is something called the internet. Type in, how do I defrost meat?
Chatavius.
How do I do this? Yeah, Chatavius.
It's
out here
GT
saving lives.
Thompson.
Yes, because everyone knows that ChatGPT is black. It said it itself. So, bop to your backside. Listen, if you don't know how to defrost them, please look it up. But let's stop abusing the meat.
Yeah, and then here's the thing. You can't tell me you're cooking that meat and it looks appetizing when all the frozen water at the bottom of the pan.
Ew,
that's nasty.
Gross. See, you also gotta watch who you eat from. Listen.
And then the little piece of meat she put on that taco. I'm like, why did you even bother?
Like you don't like your husband or your family.
Right.
But girl, who told you to go and have Star Family? You didn't know what housewife was gonna be? That's what homemakers do. You're a homemaker. Make the home.
This is why y'all hate Nara Smith. That's why y'all hate her.
Because she's doing it right and y'all do.
Make your home, please.
Make your home.
But we move on because this is the second part of the delight that you saw in the first segment. Because, like I said, there was going to be 2 parts to.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
This one is not 3 minutes. It's 36 seconds, but it's enough. So in our final video segment called "What in the Geriatrics" Part 2, here we go.
Booty poppin', booty poppin'. Let's keep the shit rockin'. Ain't no stopping. We sippin', we sippin', we sippin', we sippin'. I'm in a club with my dad, bitches. We stuntin', we frontin', we lookin' real fire. I'm his desire.
Okay, I just need to say this. So the first time, so for everyone out there who's wondering who was that, you're not going to believe it when I tell you.
You won't believe it.
You won't believe it. That voice that you heard belonged to Faith Evans. And no, we are not lying.
No lie.
We're not lying to you. We're not lying.
It's Faith Evans.
100%.
Faith Evans.
Going on. And this video, I saw it, and at first I thought, no, this is someone imitating her if she was a thought. That's what I thought it was. And I watched it over and over. I'm like, oh my God, this is Faith Evans.
Oh boy.
What happened to her?
That's a great question. What did happen to Faith? Well, how did she go from like the classiness and like that powerful
queen of
voice
R&B,
to like a city girl?
And the lyrics to that song.
Booty poppin', booty poppin'.
And she was like really, right? And then she was like really popping it.
But she's
like,
not.
to be honest, if she was doing a full-on
If she was like a Megan Thee Stallion,
then this
heck.
video wouldn't even have ended up here. I would have been like, go
Pop on.
And I would have
My daughter was like, Trianne was like, where is the popping though, Mom?
She was just, y'all, she literally was just kind of like,
popping.
Like
look at she's
rocking her chair
back and forth. I feel that because she's trying to not end up on the stand for P. Diddy, she claimed insanity, and she has to just keep going with the insanity. So she's like, booty poppin', booty poppin'. She's listen, Faith, do what you gotta do, girl.
No, but
you don't want to be on that stand.
Here's my thing. It's like,
do what you gotta do.
Why is Faith doing
Claim
this?
that insanity.
Because when she was young and could have been doing it, she didn't have to. Because
she didn't need to.
Her voice was enough. Her talent was enough. Why is it now when you're literally like 55, maybe years old? I don't know how old Faith Evans is. She's older than us.
Faith Evans now. Maybe
Like, if you all saw me going on like that, what would you do?
Oh, first I'd laugh at you.
Right. And then you would try to get me off
Then
the
I
stage.
get the white sheet of salvation and put it
Right.
around you. Say, girl,
And you would,
The Lord is not pleased.
yeah, you would cover me up.
So it's almost like you want to take your senior grandma and say, okay, honey, just come to the side here.
Right.
Put you to sit down
Like,
and do some water.
That's why I called it "What in the Geriatrics" because
Yeah.
of what. Anyways, we're done. Because the bonus section has arrived.
Yeah. 52 years old for Faith Evans.
52, and she's going on like that. How old is J-Lo?
55.
55.
And she's like dancing.
But she's really dancing.
And poor Evans is
she's booty popping.
She's booty popping. But like Trey said,
Popping her back because she didn't pop a booty.
Yes.
She popped her back.
Like Trey
and
said,
her back
she's not
right after that.
Where's the
Stop
snack
it.
crackle pop? Mm-mm.
And we move on. Cuz, brace yourself.
All
Take
right.
some deep breaths. I guarantee you. Listen, everybody. We've been doing this show together for the last almost 5.5 years, and I
Yeah.
am almost guaranteed this one is gonna make my lady scream. Cause what in the what?
Oh no.
So, brought to you by 6 Brown Chicks, our bonus
Hey.
section. I have called crack. Here we go.
Oh.
I lost my job 2 months ago, and I
Uh-oh.
didn't have the courage to tell my wife. I get dressed and leave home as usual, except I go to the library to look for work. I've been living off my final paycheck. When the funds hit, I went to buy a cup of coffee. I saw my wife slow down, pick up a young man. Obviously, he was waiting for her, and she drove off. I followed them to the motel. My heart was in my throat. I sat back and watched her register and enter the room. I waited 15 minutes and then knocked on the door, pretending to be Uber Eats. Wife cracked the door and I forced my way in. They were fully dressed and smoking crack. The young man is her plug. I joined them and we're all hooked. My issue is that I've been doing something strange to make a little change with the plug's other clients. I feel cheated. My wife lays around getting high for free, but I'm the one with the sore ASS every night. I'm not even GAY. For real, I'm GAY for crack. She doesn't recognize the sacrifice I make for her, and I need a way to communicate and tell her that she can sell her mouth or something to contribute to our fun time. If that makes sense. I refuse to be the only one busting it open all the time and she getting high for free. Advice. Advice.
Uh, advice?
Here's the thing. I can give advice. But I almost feel like here there's no advice to give because when people are on crack,
stumped. That's a whole
nothing makes
different
sense.
animal.
Yeah, it's booty popping.
Right, booty popping. Booty popping. Booty popping.
He made a life choice.
His ASS is on fire.
And that's his fault.
She gets hired. She gets cracked.
He should have discussed this with her before going
He wants her to
down
put her
that
mouth
direction.
to work.
They should have made a deal.
Well, that's the advice. Take your crackhead wife.
They should have became a tag team.
Sit down
to support their crack habit.
Sit down together. If that's the route they want to go, get together. Get your pros and cons list ready. Get a schedule prepared. It's like, okay, tonight you're working your mouth. Today I'll be working my ASS. Get your itch together and figure it out. Tag team. Tag team back again. Hey, whoop. There it is. You guys just tag team it together. Like a wrestling match. Tap me in, coach. Like get it right. Consult with ChatGPT and figure out a plan. So figure out your
You know what, actually, with all of the technology we have now, why are these people traumatizing us? Why don't they just put their
problems
stupid problems into ChatGPT?
There's Gemini, there's Alexa.
Yeah, they all have names now. Like,
just they all have little names.
Drop your story into all of them.
Or usually these crackheads, they're so cracked up. They have imaginary friends. Go talk to a tree. We saw one at the mall a few days ago.
Yeah, he was
having a full
talking to a
conversation with a bush. He sounded like I guess the bush was interested. Yes, girl.
Yes, he was in Mississauga.
He was talking to a full girl. I wish you were there. This man was having a full
in Mississauga,
conversation with a mini tree, a little bush
in the burbs,
in front of the mall. And people were like walking, like around him, including ourselves. We were like, no. The security guard had to go out and talk to him, and then he was kind of pissed because he's distracting him.
He was in
mid-conversation with his bush. Girl, this world is wild. Wow. He gets mad at his wife and tries to get her help for the crack addiction. He joins in.
That's the part for me. Who joins you see your wife smoking crack and you said yes.
You said
I'm joining it. I don't have it. I'm looking for a job. Yeah, like how did it go from I go to the library to look for a job every day to I'm just gonna sit here in this busted down motel.
Did he forget that Whitney said crack is whack? He's just saying, oh, forget what you said, girl. I'm jumping on this crack ship. Listen, sir, you and your wife get out of this crack game. Get help and get a job.
Or continue to stay GAY for crack.
Oh my gosh.
I told you, I screamed. I said, sir. I said,
that's
sir,
wild.
You are now busting it open for his client and your wife and the plug are and why is the plug smoking? Because literally Dickie said never get high on your own supply.
Never.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
This is not going to end well. I hope that he does an update.
I actually don't want an update.
No, I need
an update. Going to die.
I need an update.
He's gonna die. I feel horrible saying that.
He's gonna pass on, and then they're gonna be the ones doing the dedication to the on the live person, like we did the ladies in the beginning of our show.
We were done.
I mean, I'm his crackhead wife. I'm not the deceased, but I'm the plug, and they're still alive.
Yeah, there's never been a happy story or happy ending to these stories unless he stops.
No.
Crack is a wild.
Crack is whack. Kelly, we're done because we had no break. We're done. And wrap it all up.
Well, everyone, there you have it. We want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio.
Yeah, booty popping.
If you're gonna booty pop, please don't do what poor Faith Evans did. Oh dear Jesus. We want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Thank you so much for 5 years, almost 6. Wow, thank you so much for this wild adventure. It's been so real, it's been so cool. Check out our replays on Saturdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can watch our award-winning content. We tape live right here every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. You will laugh, you will cry, you will question. Trust us, we do the same. Listen, y'all, follow us right here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, where you can catch little cute tidbits of these hilarious clips. And our shows, man, you will cry, you will laugh some more. You'll more so laugh than cry. Trust us. Listen, y'all, keep fit, have fun. We got Kartia, I'm Telly, we got Queen Sheba, and until next time, Lord Jesus, if you're gonna booty pop, please pop. Don't do booty popping. Booty popping. You sound like Mary Poppins. You should sound like Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it was weird.
Mary Poppins.
It was weird.
Her butt kind of like sagging a bit, so it's just like swaying.